Hello everyone, my name is Arun Babu and I am here to review Pentaho data integration, also known as Kettle, as part of my classwork for IT 602. Pentaho data integration, PDI, also called Kettle, is the component of Pentaho responsible for the extract, transform and load ETL processes. Though ETL tools are most frequently used in data warehouse environments, PDI can also be used for other purposes, like migrating data between applications or databases, exporting data from databases to flat files, loading data massively into databases, data cleansing, and integrating applications. PDI is easy to use. Every process is created with a graphical tool where you specify what to do without writing code to indicate how to do it. Because of this, you could say that PDI is metadata oriented. PDI can be used as a standalone application or it can be used as part of the larger Pentaho suite. As an ETL tool, it is the most popular open source tool available. PDI supports a vast array of input and output formats, including text files, datasheets, and commercial and free database engines. Moreover, the transformation capabilities of PDI allows you to manipulate data with very few limitations. Pentaho data integration, or PDI, is developed by a manufacturer called Pentaho, which is based on United States. It has a license GNU Lesser General Public License version, different versions, and it is developed using Java, and it was first released in year 2000. GUI is based on a design tool called Spoon, and runtime environment is from design tool or command line with utilities Pan and Kitchen. The main features are: with the design tool built Spoon transformations using the steps. At a higher level, we have the jobs that lets you run the transformation and other components and orchestrate processes. PDI is not a code generator. It is a transformation engine where data and its transformations are separated. The transformations and jobs are stored in XML format, which specifies the actions to take in data processing. In transformations, use steps which are linked to each other by gems, which determine the flow of data between different components. For the jobs, we have another set of steps which can perform different actions or run transformations. The gems in this case determine the execution order or conditional execution. The components of Pentaho data integration. Smallest components set, but very much oriented towards data integration. For similar actions, example, reading database table, a single step, and a behavior according to the database defined by the connection. It is supported in Windows, Unix, and Linux. The repository, the jobs and transformations are stored in XML format. We can choose to store at file system level or in the database repository. Dependencies are not updated if you change a transformation from one to another. If the level of components within a single transformation or job. Metadata is limited to database connections, which metadata can be shared by different transformation and jobs. Database information or file specifications is stored in steps and cannot be reused. This info is read in design time. Context. Using variables in tool parameters file, passing parameters and arguments to the process. Also, Pentaho data integration has the following key features which are it supports reporting, business analytics, data analytics, business intelligence, data profiling, data mining, data warehouse, multi-dimensional analytics, ODS, OLAP, interactive dashboards, data integration, certification program, drag and drop integration, ad hoc query, graphical extract transform load, ETL tool for big data, integrated debugger, custom visualizations, mobile BI, and embedded analytics. And the main benefits are intuitive web-based data access wizard and interactive reporting for business users. Pentaho also offers powerful data integration and federation for IT and developers, accessing and integrating diverse data types from Excel to Hadoop. The pentaho data integration platform provides the ETL functionality necessary to integrate a wide variety of data sources, including relational databases, enterprise applications, files, and big data. The platform's ETL architecture supports the creation and maintenance of target databases such as data warehouses, data marts, and data lakes. This product provides the data integration portion of the pentaho business analytics platform, which also includes data preparation and governance capabilities. Pentaho data integration can be used alone or in conjunction with these tools. The latest version of pentaho data integration offers the following: provides a graphical ETL designer, which enables data integration terms to design, test, and deploy integration processes, workflows, notifications, and alerts. Enables connectivity to a wide variety of relational databases, big data stores, files, and enterprise applications as either sources or targets in integration tasks. Provides an extensive library of pre-built data integration transformations that support complex process workflows. Offers repository-based development tools that manage the design, creation, testing, deployment, and operation of integration processes and supporting metadata. Enables users to visualize data during data preparation and to publish metadata models to its analytics tool. This version also gives users the ability to convert data transformations into data services that allow the query results from these services to be analyzed as virtual data tables. Added support for data lineage analysis gives users the ability to analyze the end-to-end flow of data across pentaho data integration, transformations, and jobs. This version also offers improved big data capabilities by supporting cloud era distribution for Hadoop and connecting to the Hadoop cluster using Spoon. A new simple network management protocol plugin enables organizations to integrate with third-party tools to monitor data integration events. This version also includes an SAP HANA bulk loader plugin that enables users to bulk load data into their SAP HANA databases. Who benefits from using the pentaho data integration platform? Small businesses as well as large enterprises use the product to provide a comprehensive and cohesive data integration and business analytics platform. In addition to direct sales, pentaho has an embedded OEM network enabling those vendors to extend their products with data integration and analytical capabilities. In addition to its commercial versions, pentaho offers an open source version of its data integration product known as Kettle. Now, let's talk about the PDI installation and operation on how to use the software. Now let's see how to download, install and operate Kettle, the Pentaho data integration tool. So I'm going to search for Pentaho data integration. So we have to go to the direct website of Pentaho. So there we can see like the website, the Pentaho data integration page. So it just shows you an overview on how it happens. Big data integration with zero coding required, with all the Hadoop and MapReduce functionalities directly embedded with the big data. And Pentaho gives the data analytics. So in the product, we should go to the data integration. When you go to try Pentaho, you can get a free trial version. Which is enough for you to do all the operations required for a ETL or data warehousing job. So there are like different versions available, like one for Windows, Linux and Mac OS. So we can download the required version. So after downloading and installing the Pentaho data integration, when we open the app, this is the first screen which we get. So it's called a spoon because that's the name which they gave to the interface. And when we click on file, let's start a new project. So there is both transformation and job. So job is basically, it can contain many transformations, but transformation cannot contain any more transformation inside that. So job can be like called as a cluster of transformations. So first take a look at the transformation, like what are the different steps in transformation, and later on the job. So we can see like there are a lot of input, output, transform, utility, all these categories of steps in the left hand pane, and in the big window in the center is the place where we do all the operations. So each step I am going to explain. So when we click on input, you will find a lot of different types of inputs which we can use, like CSV file input, data grid, email messages input, fixed file input, file names, system info, data repository table names, JSON input, Microsoft Excel input, RSS input, table input which is from a database, text file input. All these things are available in a transformation. So you have to just drag and drop to here, and like just taking like what is inside CSV file input. You can specify your file name, which delimiter you want, and closure, the buffer size, and all this is possible inside this. For instance, we will use one sample file which I have in my system. I'm using employee file. Delimiter is a semicolon in the file, and so when I click on get fields, it will get all the field names in that. And when I click on preview, if I put like 10 rows, it's gonna show me the preview of the table. Okay. So similarly, we can use like any inputs which we like. Let me go to the table input. So table input will be basically like you need to specify one connection. You can create a new connection here, like which is our Oracle or any whichever system is like whichever database you are using. You can connect it here and then get the data required from that specific database and the table. So that's all about the inputs. Now in the output, it's almost a similar thing, but except like there are a lot of like maybe a lesser number of output options, like, but still these all the most used output options are available, like Excel output, Access output, table output, SQL file output, text file output, and also the insert update functionalities, or update, like how we need the output to be happening, like how it should insert into the output table or output file. So that's mostly in the output. And next is a transform category. So it is one important category, like where we do all our calculations and stuff. So like add XML, add constants, add sequence. There is no need to write a query to add a sequence. It automatically adds using this functionality. Calculator is there, closure generator, get ID from slave server, replace functionality, normalizing and denormalizing, select values, like which all values you want to select in a row, set field values like update, sorting, split fields, string operations. Like if you click on string operations, you'll find almost trim type, lower upper padding, pad char, pad length, init cap. What all operations you will do, you can use that. So that's basically all in the transformations, and we'll be using a lot of transformations for when we do anything in Kettle. In the utility section, we have everything related to like change file encoding, delay row, edit to XML, edit text, which we can convert to XML, to execute a process. If field value is null, that's a condition check. To send a mail, like when you run a job, and if like we can send a mail if it is a success or if it is a failure. Null if. All these functionalities are in the utility category. Flow category has the way how the operation works in a transformation. Like there is an abort, like if a thing goes wrong, we can put the next step as abort, so that if any error happens, then we should stop running the transformation. Block the step until the steps finish. Then there is dummy. Dummy means like it won't do anything if you reach there. Filter rows, Java filter, job executor functionality is there. Like if we reach that stage, execute that job. In switch case, it can be used. Transformation executor similar to job executor. In this case, it will be like transformation will get executed if we complete one step. And scripting, like we can directly give our SQL script or JavaScript or regex values or Java class or expressions, which can be used in the transformation. And pentaho server is the connection to directly to the pentaho server, like get session variables from the current user session and all. And lookup is mostly for joins and like call DB procedure, check if a column exists, check if file is logged, database join, database lookup. If file exists, we can do the next calculation. And HTTP client and HTTP post for connecting to web servers, REST client for the same purpose, web service lookup. And the next category is joins, like all the left join, all the cross join, merge join, multi-way join. And in the next category, the data warehouse, it's a dimension lookup and combination lookup update. Validation is the verification of data, like if the credit card format is correct. Data validator is like checking the data, validating the data based on a set of conditions or rules. Like that way, lot of examples are there. The statistics, it's like mostly by group by or ask script executor, sampling rows. Those are the main things in analytic query, which we use mostly. Data mining, RFIN output is there. Knowledge flow. Vector and Vector forecasting and Vector scoring is also available using pentaho. And in big data, there is a lot of big data style inputs, from HBase input to Hadoop file input, MapReduce input, MongoDB and BigDB used in big data, SSTable and Splunk input we can use. And in case of Agile, we can get MongoDB and Table Agile mod. For cryptography, we can use decryption and encryption filing with PGP, and secret key generator we can use like for getting random passwords or like generating keys. Palo is recently enriched with pentaho. Open ERP system is also available. And inside the job, like what if the success of job is like copy rows to result, get variables, get files from result. It's all based on the result conditions. Mapping is used to map the output and input variables. And bulk loading is using mostly external file. Like if you are getting a huge amount of data and if we need to insert it very fast, we use external data files. So bulk loading creates an external file when it gets executed, and that is inserted into the table using from the external file. Inline thing is injector, socket read, and socket writer. Experimental is SFTP put and script. And duplicated example step, clean plumb, bulk loader. So these are the different steps which you will find in transformation in pentaho. Now let's see what we can see in a job. In job, it is like generally involves the start. The start means the start of the job, and success will be the end of the job. Dummy is like I told you, if there is no action required after a step, we can give as dummy step. Set variables, and for mail, like different mail server options are available, like from POP3 or IMAP. File management is like getting a file from the system or from server and editing or writing to that file. And a lot of conditions are also available, like if web service is available or if the file is logged, if the DB connection is available or not, and if file exists, if folder is empty. Scripting is SQL, JavaScript or shell scripting we can do in case of a job. Bulk loading is the same, like we can load from MySQL, MS SQL or into file we can load. And similar big data functionalities like map, reduce, scoop, export, yarn, Hadoop job executor, which you all might be like bit familiar about. And data modeling also we can do using this job functionality. And XML validator, like if XML file is well formed, XSL transformation and XSD validator is available. In the utility section we can see like truncate tables, about job, like in case of any failure, and talent, it is connected to, we can do a talent job from pentaho, which is like, even though both are competitors, pentaho offers a functionality to go to talent and execute even that job. This is a good thing with open source software since they can intermingle with each other. And there's a repository functionality, file transfer using FTP or SFTP or FTPS, file encryption like with PGP same used in transformation, and Palo Cube, and we can create and delete that as well. So now let's create a sample job, like a simple job of inputting and transforming a small CSV file. So I'm going to input a CSV file input. So I'm going to rename it as employee input. File name, I have a small file in my system that is employee.csv, which delimiter is semicolon. Okay, remaining all things are like fine as of now. I click on get field so that it populates all the field, and preview option to verify if the input came right. Yep. Okay, so now I'm thinking of using some transformation. Let me see which one we should use. Since I've almost everything is string things, I'm going to click on string operations. And if you click on that link, so next step is a string operations. So I click on get field. Okay, so the flip direction I had to do. Now I click on get fields. So all the string fields come to here. So the stream field, like I'm planning to make it name and department in uppercase. Okay, now maybe I will add sort rows after this. So I'm going to add sort rows after this and get an operation from here, connect to sort rows as main output step. So I will click on get fields. All the field came, so I am sorting based on salary. Just sorting based on salary. Okay, now if I run the transformation, let's see. We have to save the transformation before we run it. Test. So when we go to the preview data, we'll see like it is sorted based on salary. See, this is a sorting. So if you give a table out, like I am going to give an Excel output, and create a file in this location as output. Go to field and get the fields, give OK, and now if you run the transformation, they will ask you to save once. Save, and the transformation is getting run. If you go into logging, you will see that it has finished. Now let's go and check the file if it has, there is output file, and if we see that everything is sorted in the basis of their salary, see, everything got sorted. Oh, idea gave us number. If I give us integer, the 6.00 won't come. So that's how this works. It's a very easy process. Now it doesn't need any much coding or anything, just drag and drop the files. Even though this is one very small transformation, but even for bigger files this is possible. So in case of job, you first have to give the start, then we give this transformation. So from the start, we connect this to transformation. It will ask you to tell the transformation name. Let's try to find it from a system. There is a test.ktr, so it's connected. We give OK and we give success. Okay, now if we say, it will ask for saving. We can give the same file since it's test.job. See, even that got success. All the steps got success. So this is one easy way to do this software or use the software. There are more complicated ways of using the software, which I will be reviewing in the future reviews. Now I'm going to explain the strengths and weaknesses of pentaho data integration. PDI, also known as Kettle, is a transformation engine, and not from the outset has been designed by people who needed to meet their needs in data integration with great experience in this field. It is also easier to manage the data types with PDI. It is not as rigorous as Java. It's a very intuitive tool with some basic concepts which can make it work. Conceptually very simple and powerful. The design of the interface can be a bit poor, and there is no unified interface for all components, making it sometimes confusing. It is much slower tool evolution and uncertain because pentaho tends to leave the open source focus. And there's limited availability of components, but more than enough for most ETL or data integration processes. Database repository gives us many opportunities for teamwork. In this sub-repository, it is stored as XML, containing the actions that transformations and jobs take on the data. A single component by database action type are those that determine their behavior. Well, the support and help is poor, almost non-existent in the application. The online help in the pentaho website is not particularly full, and in some parts it is very small. So that only way to determine the functioning of the component is to test it. And there are different levels of logs available, which makes it sufficient to analyze execution of transformation and jobs. Possibility of recording the logs in database is there, but is limited. Log configuration is set at the level of transformation and jobs. The debugging tool is simple and very basic. Parallelism is very easy to make using the distribute data option in pentaho. It has to be taken care with not consistent depending type of process. Also, there's an option to give notes and comments when we create the transformation or job, which makes the reusability of the code. As a downside, some components may not behave as expected to perform complex transformations. JavaScript code written in the step components cannot be reused in other components. It's fairly limited to adding new functionality or modify existing ones. Flow control processes. Passing information between components with gems in a unique manner, and the resulting flow varies with the type of control used. And the error management allows us to interact with the mistakes and fix them without completing the process, but it's not in all steps. Execution can be either from the tool or from a command level with pan and kitchen. These are two very simple and functional utilities that allow us to execute XML specification of jobs or transformations. And also, we can do job scheduling using pentaho, which makes the work a very much easier thing to do. Thank you for listening to this review. I hope you will all have a good experience using pentaho data integration and make good use of this. Thank you.